So this is my third attempt with the Picopresso using the Hario Mini Slim Plus. I tried it on the recommended grind size for espresso for the Hario, and Hario say it's 4, so it's 4 clicks from close on the Hario for espresso. I tried it on that. It was a little bit fast, seemed like it was a little bit, how to say, coarse, and it came through quite easily. It might have been the beans, so I've changed them to a different kind of bean, and one that was roasted quite recently, to see if I get any kind of difference out of that. While I had the other beans, I tried to drop down the clicks, or the numbers rather, down to 3, and it just totally blocked the machine. It blocked the Picopresso. I couldn't pump it. I tried to force it a little bit, thinking I'll try the method of like pushing it and then leaving it, and then pushing it and then leaving it. It just got worse, to the point where I had to really struggle to get the actual bottom off and take the coffee out. I left it for a little while for it to calm down. I took the top off. It didn't really seem to help, but I left it for a while, and the pressure obviously went out of that, and I was able to get the bottom off again after about 5 or 10 minutes. But I was kind of a little bit worried about that. There, I might have to get the pliers out, or a hammer or something, dynamite or something, to get that off. But anyway, like I say, this is my third attempt. I've gone back up to 4, the 4 setting, and I'm using a slightly more. Instead of the 18 grams, I've knocked the dose up to 19 to see if that will kind of take that edge off it being a slightly too easy to pump. And we'll see what we can get on this. Who knows, it might be okay. So put the screen on, wipe that down a little bit. It's a little bit, got some coffee grounds on that, so make sure that it's clean. Okay, put the body on. This is all primed and ready. I've got hot water in here. I've pumped it through to prime the Picopresso, so it should be nice and hot. So we'll see what we've got with this one. Seems like it's dripping out already. Okay, so four, 5, 6. It's getting a little bit of pressure there already. Okay. All right, starting to tighten up a little bit there. Yeah, that's quite tight. That is quite tight now. It's not actually came out as a pre-infusion, and that's blocked. That's on 4, 19 grams. I might take it down to 18 grams next time on 4 again, and just see again with the different coffee if that is going to do anything. I'm not going to force that. You can kind of see a little bit there where it's starting to come through a little bit, but it hasn't even reached the pre-infusion stage. The first time with 18 grams on 4, it came out very quickly, so that 1 gram, it's really made the difference in blocking that right up. Let's just see if we can get something out of this. Okay. Usually I've noticed with the Picopresso, if you kind of get it to the point where it's really difficult to pump, and then you just leave it for a while, but that's obviously not going to help you with over-infusion. You know, it's going to be over-extracted then, isn't it? If it's in there too long, it's in contact with the water. It's not really good either, is it? You can see there, it's starting to come out a little bit. But it's, yeah, that's blocked. I can't even push that in. Yeah, totally blocked. So I'm going to try that again with 18 grams on 4 and see what we get there. You never know. Who knows? The Hario might be okay. I don't know. It's worth a try, isn't it? I'm sure people are interested, so I will try these things and just see what we get. So I'll stop this now, and then I'll grind some more beans, and we'll try it again. Okay. Hario Mini Slim on 4. That's the recommended espresso size from Hario, which strangely enough, it's also the recommended Turkish size from Hario. So I'm not really sure if it's possible to be both of those things, but according to Hario, it's number 4 for both of those things. So I don't know. If anybody knows, then please leave a comment below and we can discuss that. But I really don't. I'm not sure about that. Anyway, I've primed my Picopresso, hot water in there. It's nice and hot. 18 grams. And I'm going to see if this coffee is a little bit more tight than the first coffee. The first coffee was a little bit too coarse, but it was different coffee, and it might just be the coffee beans. So we'll see what happens. Okay, let me just turn this on so I get a better grip. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, that's blocked as well. That is tight. It's starting to infuse a little bit at the bottom. You can kind of see there, it's starting to come through a little bit, but it's really tight. You can't pump that in at all. And unlike the first time, it's not as difficult as the last time, but it's definitely not as easy as the first time. That was on exactly the same settings, but with the different beans. Let me see if I can just do something with this. I think what's happening here is definitely the consistency with the Hario. Even though it can grind very fine, I mean it can grind Turkish apparently. What's happening is that the mud from the really fine coffee is staying at the top, and the boulders, the particles, the inconsistent particles, are going directly to the bottom of the porta filter and blocking it. And I'm pretty sure that's what's happening, because it shouldn't be doing that. I'm quite sure that's what's going on here. Okay, that's really tight as well. And every time it happens, it's really difficult to get the bottom off, and you've got to really take the top off, let the water out, and leave it for 10 minutes for the pressure to kind of subside. Otherwise, you can't get this off. So if it happens to you and you're in that situation, just do that. Go to the sink, tip the water out, and then just leave it in the sink with the top off, and the pressure will subside, and you'll be able to take the porta filter out again. But no, I think that's blocked as well. I think the only logical thing to do right now is to either put less coffee in or go 1 click higher with the same 18 grams. But I just think you're trying to fight a losing battle there. I just don't think it's designed for that. The Hario just can't seem to get that, that adjustment right. Plus, it's just really inconsistent. So I'm not really sure. I might have one more go actually doing that. Maybe go 1 click higher. But like I say, that's blocked. No. So I'm going to leave that, and maybe go one click higher, or one number rather higher, and see what we get. If not, I don't think you're going to get anything from the Hario. And I mean, it was worth a try. I'm curious myself to see if it can. I've seen people use a Hario on a flare more than once, and they look like they're getting some kind of decent shot from that. I don't know what it's going to taste like, but it's got crema and it looks okay, but I can't seem to get anywhere with this, and I'm pretty sure it's blocking the porta filter at the bottom. I'm going to take this apart and I'll show you what I mean. It seems to be really mud on the top and really kind of compacted at the bottom, quite hard like a biscuit, and that's a good sign. Those are the particles that's sinking to the bottom. So I'm going to stop this here. It's just, I don't think that's going to work. This is kind of what I'm talking about. I mean, that's that shot from that last one, and it's just not, it's not having it at all. So I'm going to leave that. But this is what I'm talking about, the puck. After you've done that, it's really kind of watery there. Obviously it's still got some water in the chamber, but it's also really like mud. That's because it's able to grind really fine. I mean, surprisingly for the Hario that it can actually grind really fine like that, but it's just so inconsistent that when you get this out, if you get the mud out, let's just get some of this out and I'll show you. Okay, once you get to the bottom, you can feel it's starting to get hard. There's a kind of like a biscuit in there. Let me get this out, and you can see, you kind of see that there. That in the bottom is a coating, and it's quite thick, and that's the particles that's kind of sinking to the bottom, and that's blocking this. I don't think it's that all of the powder is so fine and the tamping's so hard that you're blocking it that way, you're choking it. It's just all of this is sinking to the bottom and it's blocking the screen. I mean, you can see there, that's pretty dry compared to the others. You can see there as well, the lighting's not great in here, but you can kind of see how that's a lot drier and it's a lot kind of harder as well. And that's the boulders from this. If you do that, like I say, you can see there it's really dry at the bottom. That's because it's all sinking to the bottom and blocking it. And I think that's why you're not getting a shot out of the Hario. It's just too inconsistent. So yeah, I'm not really sure. Maybe I'll take the number up and see what we get, and then just give up on the Hario. I don't think it's going to be able to produce a shot with the Picopresso. So one more try, and I think that's it. Okay, I've turned the grind size up to 5 on the Hario to see if we can get just something out of the Picopresso. Seems to be blocking it all of a sudden on 4. The beans are different also. These are like fresh beans I roasted probably yesterday. We'll see what happens with those. Maybe, you know, there's maybe too much degassing going on with those also, but we'll find out anyway. I've primed my Picopresso, it's all hot, it's ready to go. So just attach the portafilter and let's see what we get with this one. Okay, now it's not giving much resistance there. It seems as though this is going to be too coarse, but you never know, we'll see. I know, that's biting a little bit, we'll lay off a little bit and see. Okay, do a few more pumps. This actually looks okay. Do a few more and just kind of get a rhythm going there. Okay. Now, that is surprisingly okay. Let me just quickly get a cup to put this on. Okay, just put that in there. No, that is not so bad. I think it could be a little bit tighter there. It seemed a little bit easy to pump, and I would say that maybe upping the dose a little bit might help with that. But to be honest, that's not so bad. It's actually quite decent crema on that, and that's from a Hario on 5. maybe put, instead of 18 grams, maybe put just over 18 grams in between, maybe 18.5, something like that, just to kind of give it that little bit extra. But that's surprisingly not bad. I think the beans might have something to do with it also, with them being fresh. They could well be helping with the actual degassing and whatnot. But that looks okay. Okay, so you can see from this, the coffee powder is a lot drier. It's a lot more firm. It's not mud like that last one. From this last shot, you can see it's gone through a lot better there. Also, if I go down a little bit, let me just quickly do this off camera so I can get into that a bit easier. Okay. You can see a little bit further down that it's still quite solid there. It's a lot more dry at the bottom there, where it seems as though it's sunk. The same as before, and I'm pretty sure that's down to the inconsistency of the Hario. Those heavier particles, the bigger particles, are just sinking to the bottom, and the fines are kind of floating to the top. And I think that's what's happening there, and I think that's going to be the same with any grind size on the Hario, no matter what that is. You're going to have a lot of fines and a lot of larger particles. It's just the way it is. But I think that has got something to do with how well it goes through the portafilter. But a little bit of a workaround, and you can actually get something from that. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that also. It's a lot different from the last one.